Hello there everybody, Nico the Shrek here with Shrekview number 4, The Amazing Spider-Man Lethal Foes. Now, I've got a lot to say about this game and almost no way to really trash it, so you're not going to hear too much joking this time. This is just going to be an honest review. Now, the first thing I had to say about this game is when that thing shouted, "Go!" like, "Hey, I'm grabbing your attention," it wanted me to play the game. I got excited. I was like, "Hey, there's some motivation. Start playing. This guy's telling me to go, so I'll go." And the first two things I noted on the game, right from the bat, was the graphics. They were looking really good. I really appreciated them for what they were. It really felt kind of comic-y. The environment was really well detailed, Spider-Man was really well detailed, and even the enemies had a great amount of detail to them for what was the SNES graphic capability. Now, it wasn't any 2.5D thing, but I wouldn't have wanted it that way in the time if I was playing that back in the day. Because I would have wanted to feel immersed in the comics. And the comics, as you know, have like a cartoony hand-drawn style. So, it's like that added, honestly, a level of immersiveness. I appreciated it. The music, the soundtrack, screamed Spider-Man. And I just couldn't get over it. I loved it. I enjoyed playing that part of it and listening to that. I will say the control schemes were a little bit hard to get used to at first. But I honestly, I wanted to say at first, like, oh, bad controls. But I stopped myself and I evaluated it a little further and I let myself get used to it. And I was like, this honestly isn't that bad. It adds a great level of immersiveness with the level of control that you do have. It allows for a lot of great level explorability. The web swinging really isn't that hard once you get used to it. You can swing both directions. I thought you could only swing one at first. I was exploring the controls and, the combat system is really good too. You have kind of like a half aerial combat system, and you have projectiles, which allow for changing things up when you're shooting enemies in the air. And it all just blended really, really well together. I appreciated it very much. And speaking of like combat and enemies though, I will say that the enemies, being that they had to make a bunch of generic ones to put through, for the sake of the level, I really appreciated it, the amount of diversity it had right from the start. You didn't just have like one or two enemies, you actually had quite a few to work with, and some were big, some were small. Not all of them like looked the same, just with different coloring or something. No, they actually made you work for that, and they made you like work towards hitting them and finding ways to destroy them if they're in your way. And once I figured that all out, and once I got used to it, I really, really started appreciating the game. I honestly, after I was done with the review and recording all the gameplay I wanted for the review, I wanted to go back and play more. I wanted to go back and play. It left me thinking about it. I definitely recommend anyone give this at least one try. If you're not, because back then in that day, superhero games sucked ultra balls. And I hated almost all of them. This one I stumbled across almost entirely on accident. And I did not regret it. I did not regret getting it. I did not regret putting it into play and reviewing it. I definitely Shrekview it at an easy 5 out of 5. Why? It was just a diverse game. It was very immersive. Very adaptable when it came to what you could do with the level and how you could go about beating the level. You could take the evasive route, or you can go and challenge every single enemy that's on them, beat them all up, and then go, fight the boss. And it's like, I just appreciated the amount of detail that went into it for having come from, the 90s, 16-bit era. There wasn't really room for details, and yet they made room for details. And definitely just really, really well balanced, to be honest. So, yeah guys, 5 out of 5 very easily. I even encountered Fire Jesus I'm pretty sure he was telling me in Japanese because he was looking really stiff that he ate too many jalapenos and he took a nice big shit and it ruined his ass. So that's why he's so stiff like that. In any case, I'm sure you'll see him coming up any minute now if you didn't already. I would recommend anyone go play this game. If you don't have an SNES, then go and download like an emulator or something. Definitely worth a go, and it's easy to get. It's on the cheap. So thank you all for watching this Shrekview. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.